Just last week was School Bus Safety Week. Now, at least 4 accidents across the nation have everyone reevaluating. Right now here in Lubbock, they're installing some little devices, hoping to make a big change out on the roads.
Oh my God!
Close calls and near misses.
I have a lot of concerns related to it.
School bus safety on every parent's mind.
Even in the school drop-off line, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking.
Especially now.
Children that were getting on the bus have been struck by a vehicle.
A small town in Indiana, mourning 3 young kids killed by a car on a rural road. The driver facing charges for reckless homicide.
Keeping in mind that inside this bus is precious cargo.
Durham School Services runs the buses for Lubbock and Friendship ISD. Their GM, Laura Cortez, says all their bus drivers go through 20 hours of training and background checks, but it can't prevent every accident, especially during loading and unloading.
When that stop arm does come out, we do ask that the drivers stop and wait for the kids to get on and off the bus.
But according to a nationwide survey of bus drivers, nearly 84,000 cars passed their buses illegally on a single day in 2018.
There's lots of things you can do that take your attention away from traffic, and that's the worst thing that can happen.
LASD Police Chief Jody Cipher says it's something they take seriously.
If you're fined, it's a minimum of $500.
And it could go all the way up to $1,250. In Lubbock, 23 drivers have already been cited for illegally passing a school bus this year. That's up from 7 last year. But it's a major improvement from 2014, where 143 drivers were cited for breaking the law. Lubbock police say there's a lot of misconceptions.
A lot of people tend to think, well, if there's a center turn lane there, it's okay for me to continue to pass that school bus. No, you cannot. You don't know what direction they're going to be coming from or what direction they're going to be going once they get off that bus.
And of course, law enforcement will be watching. But there's about to be another set of eyes out on the road from a different angle. Every Durham school bus is getting cameras this year.
It is going to do a 360 view of what is happening inside the bus, as well as 180 degree. So on the stop arm, it's going to be able to do a clear view of the road so that we can catch anything.
By sensing sudden changes in movement and recording. Now, the project will cost $100,000.
To Durham, there is no cost for safety.
So that, plus a statewide law mandating seatbelts on every new bus added to the fleet.
I think that's going to change the course of the game for us from a safety standpoint.
But Chief Cipher says that doesn't mean drivers are off the hook.
Cameras are good for capturing what already happened. I'm not sure how effective they are in preventing things from happening.
And many parents say they're still wary.
Because you watch how people drive or they're even walking, they're not paying attention. Hopefully people will be more conscientious.
They've already started installing the cameras, and all LISD and Friendship buses should be outfitted by December 1st. They will be rolling facing inside to monitor driver movements and situations with kids on board, but also facing out, watching for anyone on both sides of the road who doesn't stop for a bus or who drives past before that bus has re-entered traffic. And this is footage that both the bus company and the authorities can use in case of an incident.